Hey YouTube, Kira Qualia here, bringing you all an update to my Cardfight Vanguard Michu glitter deck profile for post Lyrical Monasterio Trick or Trick. This is one of the decks that got newer support, being a set from an older Lyrical Monasterio set, but it is one of my favorite of the Lyrical Monasterio decks, focusing on the same lineup like the other glitter decks, having a glitter unit, and then the main grade 3 unit being Michu here. We also got a new promo in the form of sneezing fireworks in the latest monthly promos, so wanted to include that with the update for the deck, including the new support we got from the latest Cardfight Vanguard booster set. So let's go ahead and get started with the deck profile. So we'll go ahead and start off with the Ride deck. Once again, for those of you that don't know, the new standard for the D format decks include 4 cards in the Ride deck and then 50 cards in the main deck, so we're also updating this deck with those numbers. Our starter is Afternoon Dance Lesson Michu. When wrote upon, if you went second, draw a card. Our grade 1 is Happy Shopping Michu. When placed by riding from a grade 0 with Michu and its card name, search your deck for up to 1. All set up, put it into your order zone, and shuffle your deck. So all set up is one of the orders that we run in the deck for the cannonball orders, and all of the setup, no pun intended, for this order to provide. Our grade 2 is Sparkling Summer Michu. When this unit is placed by riding from a grade 1 with Michu and its card name, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 card with Nokno in its card name or 1 cannonball card. From among them, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle your deck. So the cannonballs are the additional orders that we run in the deck, including the new cannonball order, Beware the Sneeze of Fireworks, that we're running as well. So just having a search with the grade 2 always helps for that setup to then follow on the turn when we ride our grade 3 Michu, which is first to head towards a Dream Michu, along with the copy we are running in the Ride deck. We do run 3 additional copies in the main deck, but before that, I figured we'd go over the actual orders themselves, since they're pretty important for the playstyle of the deck. Our grade 1 order is all set up. In the order zone, if you have a Vanguard with Michu and its card name, you can rest this card to soul charge 1, choose up to 1 cannonball card from your hand, and put it into your order zone. So just an easy way to get those cannonball cards set up early on with your grade 1 order that you place, thanks to your grade 1 in the Ride deck also. And then we run the 3 copies of Flower Cannonball. I reduced the number of this card just because we have the new order to rely on also. You play it with a counterblast of 1. When it's put into the order zone, you draw a card. And in the order zone, if you have a grade 3 Vanguard with Michu and its card name, put this card into your drop zone. Change all your Vanguard's cannonball abilities to on the Vanguard circle. When this unit attacks, Soul Blast 2. Choose 3 of your units and they get plus 10 until end of turn. So your cannonball ability for Michu is a completely different card effect. And I would say the Flower Cannonball adds a little more power to her ability, but then you can decide which ability you want to use, if it's either the cannonball ability or Michu's own ability to begin with. And then also 2 copies of the new order, which is Beware the Sneeze of Fireworks. From the order zone, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Michu and its card name, put this unit into the drop. And choose one of your units. It gets plus 10,000 until end of turn. Choose one of your opponent's rear guards until end of turn. Your opponent's next turn, that unit cannot intercept and cannot stand during the stand phase. So when this card's also put into the order zone, you draw a card and you play it with a counterblast of 1. So just being able to place it thanks to our all setup, just like our Flower Cannonballs, helps to utilize the cannonball cards in a variety of ways and giving us a new order to use also because of it. And we are now moving on to the grade 3s. 3 copies of the first to head towards a Dream Michu. On the Vanguard circle once per turn, if you have all set up in your order zone, you can counter plus 1, draw a card, choose a card from your hand, and call it to rear or discard it. So it gives you more setup for units on the field. And its cannonball ability is when this unit attacks a Vanguard, Soul Blast 2. Choose one of your opponent's rear guards, retire it, and this unit gets plus 5 until end of battle. So like I said, while not as strong as Flower Cannonball, it at least gives you a boost to your Vanguard, and instead Flower Cannonball gives you a boost to a good variety of your units, including your Vanguard if you wish, with this card being able to be used as such, or just more setup for some of your other Cannonball abilities also. And for the other grade 3s, 4 copies of Go-Go Street Corray. When this unit's placed on rearguard by the ability of your Vanguard with Michu and its card name, Soul Blast 2, and Countercharge 1, and this unit gets plus 5 to end of turn. So an added benefit of a card to be able to call out to the field thanks to Michu's own ability, and making up for the counterblast that you may have had to use for some of your other cards also, including the draw card and call card from your hand to begin with that Michu uses. Also, we're running 3 copies of the new Grade 2 from the Lyrical Monasterio Trick or Trick set, which is Rever 1 Milagros. When this card is placed on rearguard, if you have a Vanguard with Michu in its card name, put a card from your hand into your soul, choose a cannonball card from your drop, put it into your hand, and if your damage zone has 3 or more face-down cards and you did not countercharge this turn, countercharge 1. So just another way to countercharge. You can always use the Milagros before your Curé, and then have more and more countercharge to make use of. And if your cannonball card was put into the Aura Zone into the drop this turn, from the Aura Zone into the drop this turn, Rever 1 also gets plus 10,000 power, making it a more viable attack to go up against your opponent, but also just being able to give you a counter charge and also being able to recycle your cannonball cards from your drop zone also. For the other Grade 2s, I run 2 copies of Scheduled Coordinating Remery. When this unit attacks a Grade 3 or Grade Vanguard, if your order zone has all set up, this unit gets +5 till end of battle. And when this unit attack hits, Soul Blast 1, choose a cannonball card from your drop and put it into your order zone. Just the final Grade 2 I'm running. If I didn't want to run it, I would always consider moving Milagros up to a 4 of count and then adding in 1 additional copy of Sneezing Fireworks, taking out this card completely. But I have the 2 in here just as a more test for consistency with some other rear guards. And moving on to the Grade 1s, this is still a glitter deck, so we are working with a unit that works in tandem with our Grade 3 Vanguard or any of the Michu glitter cards, and that is Shy Vocal Nokno. With the glitter for Michu from the back row center rear guard, at the end of the battle, your Vanguard attack. If your opponent's Vanguard is Grade 3 or greater, counterblast 1, discard a card from your hand, stand this unit and swap positions of your Vanguard with this unit, and at the end of that turn, swap positions of the swap unit back. So this does not move the soul, but it does give you a, Vanguard to attack with against your opponent in the form of Shy Vocal Nokno. So you have not just a restanding Vanguard, but one that can attack and get over some of the restrictions since Nokno is a Grade 1 Vanguard. And also the 3 copies of Shudder Chance Ills. When this unit attack boosted hits a Vanguard, if your order zone has all set up, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 card with glitter, set order from among them, or the glitter unit. So you can either search your set order or Nokno from this card, reveal it, put it in your hand, and if you revealed a card, put this unit on the bottom of your deck. So Ills just helps for more search power for any of these specific cards you may need for the deck to actually run, with the other Grade 1s being the 3 copies of Cooling Heart Ukiah, with this card having the bounce power, and then also just being able to give power when something's called in the same unit as it. So very, very good for recycling some of our other cards as well back to our hand to then reuse again. With the other Grade 1s being 2 copies of Clear Shimmer Aura. When this unit attack, this unit boosted hits, retire this unit, search your deck for up to 1 order card, reveal it, and put it into your hand and shuffle your deck. So just more search power for the order cards as well in the form of a Grade 1, just like our Ills, but just more of a guarantee to be able to search that card out. And then also 4 copies of the Sentinel, being Diva of Refreshing Calm Christine, just the Sentinel of choice, aesthetic-wise for the deck also. For our trigger lineup, we're running 7 criticals, so 4 copies of Precious Tune Edwidge and the 3 copies of Wings Dancing in the Blue Skies Antia. For the next trigger, our draw trigger, which is Baratois, 4 copies of this, as well for the additional 5k shield, and then just more hand consistency with our heals consisting of 2 Hush Diva, our Tense, and 2 of Us Flow, and 2 of Us Rhyme for the additional heals with abilities depending on the cards we go up against. If you want just to run Hortense, you could do that as well. I know some people have preferences to do so. And then also the 1 Spiritual King of Aquatics as just the over trigger of choice in the deck as well. But that is it for the deck profile. I hope you all enjoyed. Like I said, the Michu deck is one of my favorites for Lyrical Monasterio, so definitely want to update it with all the Trick or Trick support that we got in the latest booster set. And as always, until next time, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and Kira Qualia out.